It is 24 hours, one day until we're walking into Disneyland, and I gotta finish getting packed. So as I'm getting ready, I'm gonna let you see what I'm packing and how I'm doing it. We are actually leaving later on this afternoon to start the drive up to Kansas City, and I've got a lot of work to do to finish getting ready. I gotta get everything packed still, and there's a lot to pack for 1 week in California at Disneyland. So as I'm getting it all put together and ready to go, I want to give you a quick look at some of the stuff I'm packing. Not necessarily the common sense things, you know that you need to pack your shoes and your socks and things like that. But some of the things that we pack specifically just for this trip that you may not pack or you may not have thought to pack, including all my camera gear. So let me start off with actually looking at a couple of the very first things that we need. One of them is my handy dandy notebook. And this actually has my plane reservations, our park tickets, and this is kind of the emergency thing right here. And it's going to go into my backpack, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit. Now, our trip actually starts off on the airplane, of course, and we're actually getting onto this plane at 7 in the morning. It means we have to be at the airport at 5 in the morning Central Time. That means we're essentially arriving at 3 a.m. on the West Coast, and it's going to be a long day. Now, most people like me can't sleep real well on the plane, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to get some sleep. So here's some things that we got that are going to help us out. We have sleep masks, and I will admit I don't usually use these, but on an airplane they're going to help tune out all the light to help you sleep. On top of that, we also have these very nice earbuds. And these are actually designed to go inside the ear, so that way you can get them in and it'll cut out the noise. It actually has a little bit of a noise canceling on there to help reduce the noise from the engine and people talking and stuff like that. So we've got the light, we've got the noise, and then my daughter and I we went out and we bought brand new neck pillows. This one's mine, this one's hers. Trying to be able to give us enough of a cushion that for those 3.5 hours or so that we're on the plane, we can get some extra sleep and rest and be ready to go for this long day. Yeah, we'll be hitting the beds early that night, but if we can get some extra sleep, it will be a very good thing because we're going to need it. Of course, with our suitcase, a lot of people don't realize that you can lock your suitcases. You just have to have TSA-approved locks. There's this idea now that TSA, because they need to get in your suitcase, you can't put a lock on it. Not true. Just make sure that you've got a lock that has that little red symbol on it. You can see it on this padlock as well. That means that there's a keyhole on there that TSA can actually get to, but it will secure your bag from the extra baggage handlers and the people loading on the plane and other people that aren't necessarily supposed to get into the bag that you don't want in it. It's just a good way to help keep your bag safe and peace of mind as much as anything else. A couple other things to be aware of on the plane. Of course, if you're going to carry on your shampoos and stuff, you want to make sure any liquids you carry can fit into a bag about this size. You can actually buy these little containers at like Walmart and stuff and put your own shampoo in them. Of course, I got a roll-on, which I need to add on. This is actually, it's icy hot, but we actually use it on our heads for migraines because my daughter and I get those. And so we have this, we've got ibuprofen and a couple other basics. This will actually go into our carry-on luggage with us right onto the plane. But make sure if you're taking liquids that all of them fit into a plastic bag. Anything that doesn't fit into that or anything that is over 3 ounces in liquid, they're not going to let you carry on the plane. You can put it into a checked-in suitcase, but not in your carry-on. A few other things too. Weather in Southern California can be a little bit unpredictable. While we are there, the weather forecast is predicting highs of around 80, give or take 3 degrees or so, and lows of around 60, again, give or take 3 degrees. What they don't talk about is the fact that it can get a little bit breezy, and depending upon where you are from, like our friends from Florida, for them, 60 degrees is cool. Take along a light jacket, and you've probably seen this one hanging on the back of my chair when I do my recordings and live streams in the office. So this is going with me just in case we need a jacket. I've also got all of my shirts planned. This is actually the shirt I am wearing on the plane, and some of you may recognize this. It's hanging out right now because I need to get it ironed and ready to go because it's a bit on the wrinkled side, but This was actually a gift from one of my viewers, custom made for me. It's got Mickey on the back, and that's going to be my day one shirt. Can't wait to wear that on the plane. The really nice thing, and I am so grateful for the shirt because it's just so comfortable. It breathes, so it's cool in summer, but it's also, if it is a slightly cool day, or like on an airplane where it can be cool, it'll be nice and warm. And then I'll also have my jacket with me on the plane so I can use it kind of like a blanket and feel like I'm snuggling up and be able to sleep a little bit better. Shirts. Yes, I've got a long couple pairs of shorts. Yes, I've got some jeans and things like that. But yes, I do actually plan out my t-shirts. And I can't say I have these set for a specific day. I've actually got a couple extras in here. So depending upon what others are doing, I can switch it around. We've got a couple of the girls who are going to be Disney bounding on different days, so I may try to color coordinate with them a bit. But I have one for my good friends at the podcast, 2 Tenderfoot Tourists. So I've got their shirt with me. I've got the Doctor Who with me. I've got my 4 years of Spanish and all I learned how to say t-shirt. I've got, of course, the SirWillow shirt that's going with me. The Star Wars shirt. I've got the Figment shirt that was just given to me by Barry, so that is going along with me. Pizza Planet. And then my Toy Story dinosaur. And there's another SirWillow shirt hiding in there as well. So yes, I've got extra shirts. Once I have a variety of things. But then just in case something happens and I'm a slob and spill food on myself, which I tend to do sometimes, I'm ready to go for that. Now, of course, there is something else that we are dressing up for a little bit. And I'm going to give you just a little peek. You know, we've got a little bit of makeup, and I've actually, the guys coming from Florida are bringing some actual stage makeup. But I'll probably be using, particularly the black in this, just a little bit. And then I've got a black shirt and a couple other black things. And the one other hint I'm going to give you as far as costume goes is this. And that's it. There's your hint. Oh, and then for my sister who's decided that she's just going to kind of wear this pumpkin t-shirt stuff, we've got a button for her. And if you can see that, it says, "This is my Halloween costume." Oh, and then of course, we've also got our snacks. So let me show you what we're packing as far as the snacks goes. So this is a little look at some of the snacks that we've got. You can see there's actually some breakfast stuff in there. And then the Oreo cookies, my daughter's cookies, wheat thins, oatmeal, pistachios, and other nuts, some chocolate. But that's all going to fill up part of a suitcase, and it will get replaced essentially by, hopefully, souvenirs and other stuff. So that will cover our breakfast. It'll cover snacks to take in the park, as well as the munchies in the plane and some other things like that. I'm actually taking along 2 air mattresses in my suitcases. The nice thing with having a free checked bag for everybody is we can do that. We've got 3 full beds in our room and 5 adults. So with the 2 air mattresses, it gives us a couple extra beds for those to be able to rotate it on. Everybody will have their own bed that way. So we've got their mattresses and, of course, the pump, because I don't want to try to have to breathe through those things. Yeah, I know, I got a lot of hot air, but not that much. And then, of course, there is my camera bag. And this is going to be kind of my lifeblood for the trip. I'm actually going to be packing the bag on the plane specifically to go into Disneyland, because we are going to get there early enough that we can be walking into the park somewhere between 11 a.m. and noon. Now, we can't check into our hotel room at that point, so we're going to be dropping off all of our luggage and everything and then hauling straight across the street to the parks. Which means I don't want to be unpacking stuff out of my backpack to put them in other things. I want to be able to just grab and go. So it's going to be on the plane, ready to go, outside of a couple munchies and maybe something to read if I can't sleep. My backpack is park gear ready to go, which basically means camera gear. So, of course, I'm going to have, as I pull it out here, my camera. I tend to keep the one lens on it now because it's a wonderful default lens. Gives me a great range of 16 to 300 millimeters. Fantastic lens. That's from a viewer as well. But my camera is going to be ready to go. And then in the bag, something I forgot on the last trip to Florida, which I am still kicking myself over, is I have my 360-degree camera this time. So that is definitely going with me. It is fully charged, and I plan on hitting a few things with it, like the Storybookland Canal boats, Small World, Pirates, and hopefully a couple other things. When we eat at Blue Bayou, I'm hoping to be able to use that and get a few 360-degree videos this time. I also have the GoPro with me, So I will be checking to see what rides they may allow me to film on, and I will try to get a little bit of on-ride footage where it is safe and where it's not going to cause a problem. I may try this in a couple of the dark rides too, like Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland. That way I'm not holding my phone up trying to record and there's no back screen that's lighting everything up. I'll be playing around and experimenting with it a little bit that way. So I will have, with those 2 cameras and my phone, I'm going to have 4 cameras I'll be shooting with. The nice thing is I have 2 other guys that use cameras as well. And of course, battery chargers, can't forget those. You'd be surprised how many people don't think about those things. I've got my mini tripod in there, and this is great if you want to just set up somewhere to shoot. If you want to do night shots, this is a wonderful way to do it. And then my lifeline when I use up my phone battery, because I've been recording so much, is my Anchor battery pack. I know a lot of people like the batteries that Disney lets you trade in. This one I don't have to trade in. I can keep it. I go home, and if Disney ever changes out those batteries, I'm not out a bunch of money for a battery I can't recharge. This is wonderful because it will charge my phone or other things 3 or 4 times on one charge. It's wonderful. So I use that, and lifesaver. What do I use for my actual cell phone? Well, this is my basic rig if I'm using it to record video, and I actually do a lot of my vlogs on my phone, which right now is a Galaxy S10 Plus. I just slide it into the clip, and then the pistol grip allows me to hold it nice and comfortable, and it's nice and easy to shoot that way. So it works great. It's amazing what incredible good footage you can get off the phones today. There are some things that good cameras can do that my phone can't, and I would love to have one of those at some point, but this works really well in the meantime. I've got a couple other little things in here, of course. For the phone, if it's a little bit windy, this is a wonderful little clip that goes right over the microphone to act as a windscreen. I've got cloths to be able to wipe off my lenses, so those are a must. And I've got 3 different ones in here. Oh, of course, Southern California, you got to have your sunglasses. I've got backup memory cards, backup batteries, extras. And then the one other thing I always carry in my backpack when I go out to the parks now, SirWillow pins. So yes, I do still have lots. People keep asking, do you have any more pins? Yes, I have lots of pins. That's a good look at a lot of the stuff that I'm packing. Some things that maybe you didn't think of, some things maybe you did. There's also going to be an extra pair of shoes in there, so that way if I start to hurt in one pair, I've got another one ready to go, and a couple other little extras like that. So have I missed something? Am I forgetting something on my trip? I would love to hear it. Share it in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to everyone that's chipped in and helped make this trip possible, to Teach Us Media, to Leo for your helping, to other viewers and my patrons that have chipped in. Thank you to my patrons. If you want to know more about Patreon and supporting me or being a part of things like this, check the description below. There's also information about all the camera gear that I carry and links to that, fan pages, and so much more. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless. Okay, now to get this stuff packed up and go. Oh, trick-or-treat bags. I forgot the trick-or-treat bags. Gotta have the candy, because candy. Okay, I gotta go. If you'd like to know about my merchandise, fan pages, and more, be sure to check the description below. If you'd like to know whenever I've got a new video posted, well, make sure you hit that button right up there and subscribe. If you'd like to watch another one of my videos, I've got a great one for you right here. And if you'd like to be like these wonderful people here and support me financially on Patreon, well, make sure you check the link right there. There's even some extra perks for them. Thank you so much, and God bless.